Hello, this is Chris, and this is my pedalboard. It could be a grunge pedalboard, it could be a shoegaze pedalboard, post-rock, indie, it could be a lot of things. Let's have a look at some of the things it can do. The main interesting thing about this board, I think, is the interaction between these two pedals. Everything's set and forget on this board, apart from this, the Turbo Distortion DS2. You could use a DS1. This sort of gives you a few more options. Kurt Cobain was really onto something, you know. I usually like to have a always-on compressor on my board, but I found out recently that just putting the level kind of neutral and the distortion all the way down on this adds a little bit of grit to other pedals that kind of acts as a make it sound better pedal. This is familiar, and people put the noses up at familiar, and this pedal is all over your record collection if you have one at this point in time. And when we put it up, we'll get those grunge-like tones. The interaction with this is something really quite beautiful. Let's have a look at how diverse this thing really can be. First, we're going for a sort of Cocteau Twins Dreampop vibe, a little bit of the Cure in there. Mellow distortion on both the rhythm and the lead. It's just giving it a little bit of a, just roughing it up a little bit. One of the best things about this board is that I'm not putting it together because it's budget, but everything is affordable on it. The Memory Toy, also by Electro Harmonics, I think it's the most affordable version of the Memory Man, and it does everything that I want it to do. This is a particularly dark analog delay that gives you that kind of gothic vibe that may be similar to that you would find on early Cocteau Twins, that early sort of gothic into new romantic stage. I put all of the knobs up, I set it and forget it. Next we're doing a sort of kind of heavier sort of Jesus and Mary Chain indie rock sort of thing. I suppose it's getting into that shoegaze territory that you know I like to get into. The lead is clean, but the rhythm is dirty. Let's hear that in the mix. Skysurfer by TC Electronic. Really simple. Even the most simple reverb that I've used in the past is probably the Holy Grail, and I love the Holy Grail. But if you give me a massive amount of DSP reverb, I'm going to use it. And this keeps me within myself. It's the simplest reverb that I like that I can find. If you're going for massive ambient sounds, possibly we can't do that well with this board, but it's a nice, simple, honest, post-rock, shoegaze, dream pop thing. We're using a Strat today, and this Strat represents a lot for me. It's the first guitar that I bought when I'd been sober for a while, and maybe I'd been sober for like a year. I'm using it because it cuts through very nicely, cuts through the mix very nicely. Look, I have very busy mixes, very lo-fi busy mixes, and if I use this Strat it cuts through a little bit more. It's also special to me because it's the first time that a company's reached out to me and asked to work with me, and Guyker sent over these locking tuners that I think are really, really Dreampop Shoegaze, and they go with the rest of the ridiculous guitar. Part of their Dopamine series. I thought I would put them on and I'd like them for aesthetic reasons, but the first set of locking tuners I've had, and they are very, very stable. There's no movement around at all in them. I'm keeping them on for good. I love the way they look, and they're actually very functional. If I were to buy them, they wouldn't be that expensive at all. So I'm very happy to be working with Guyker. No money exchanged hands. They were very, very clear that they wanted me to be objective. So thanks to those guys for sending these over. I can definitely recommend them. They work well, they look great. There's a link in the description. They sell through their site now, and they are very reasonable. Check out the whole Dopamine range though, because you can make something ridiculous, or you can make something quite subtle. Very, very nice to talk to. Thank you guys. This last one is kind of an improvised solo, trying to get that early 90s grunge sort of thing on the go. This is the DS2 at full kind of Kurt Cobain settings, and I've taken the delay and reverb off the lead just so it's a little clearer.